Hey guys, this is Jessica from She Knows Arsenal, and this is my instant match reaction for Arsenal 1, Burnley nil. We won away from home at Turf Moor. I don't think that's happened since like 1970 something. It's been a while. We really struggle with them. Look, it wasn't pretty, obviously, but I feel like I just want to keep it short and sweet because there's not a lot of tactical stuff that I can really go over at the moment because we were really poor on the ball, and a lot of our shape and stuff was distorted with all of the panic and chaos throughout the second half. But the most important thing that I came away with at the end of this match was, wow, our team is young, and when you have a bunch of young players out there on the field, you are going to struggle. The majority of our team is under 23. The majority of the players that we rely on are under 23. And it just kind of took me back to what Arsene said. When you play young players, you're going to drop points while they develop. And, looking at Bukayo with his poor touches in the box, ESR with the passes that he made behind Pepe, they both look sluggish. It just hit me, and I'm like, this project is really a project. And I know that people don't like to hear that word, but it's not I don't think about the project in terms of Arteta and Edu. I'm thinking about the players that we have. And this group of players are really developing on the job. And so we have to be cognizant of that and use that in context when we're looking at these games. We're projecting so much onto these young players, and they're nowhere near the finished article. And so when I look at Bukayo and I look at ESR and I realize that they need to be sharper, I also realize that they're going to have dips in form and lack consistency because they're so young. So that is the name of the game when you have such a young team, which I've never really seen a team this young out there trying to play in the Premier League. It's really unprecedented, and so we're going to see how it unfolds. But I do want to say that was a hard-fought win, and we deserved it 110%. If you have your Williams out there, your David Luiz is out there, your Mustafi's out there, your Socrates is out there, your Cedric's out there, your Bellerin's out there, your Xhaka's out there, you probably lose that game. I think the youth hurt us in certain parts of the game, but it also helped us get the win, really, because I don't think you see that same type of, fight and energy from those older players that we've had over the last couple of years. Gabriel, Tomiyasu, and Ramsdale had the games of their lives. And if there was ever a game to give you confidence and help you understand why Ramsdale has been brought into the fold and played so quickly, today was the day. He came out of his box. He was commanding. He was confident. He played the ball out of the back with confidence. He really was the man back there. And you can't say that you've ever felt that comfortable with Leno back there. Tomiyasu, he is just a defender. He defends first and attacks second. And that's kind of what you need when you have somebody like Ben White next to you. Ben White did not have a great game, but I have the same rules for every player. Everybody adapts differently and at different speeds. Ben White has struggled in both games that were away from home when we played against more physical opposition, and that's just something that he's going to have to get used to. Gabriel and Tomiyasu carried him, but that's why you have a back five / back four / center back partnership. It's all about giving and take. In some games, Gabriel will need some hand holding from White. That's just how it is. And the one thing that I will say about White is that he never gave up. He's probably hurting right now because he probably knows that he didn't play well, but you can't say that he ever gave up. He didn't do a Mustafi. He didn't do a Socrates. He didn't do a David Luiz where they just do silly stuff and just kind of completely give up. So he did make mistakes, and I do think he was culpable for the pass back, for Ramsdale's penalty that was called back. But ultimately, I love that fight and desire, and he will get better from here. I'm 100% sure. There will be a lot of negativity online. Everybody's just waiting on oh, Saliba. But Ben White, we have to get behind him, and I don't think that one game or two games is going to be the deciding factor of what he's like as an Arsenal player moving forward. Gabriel, absolute monster, the guy that we've known him to be. There were a lot of people last season that didn't give him any grace after he got COVID. He didn't recover well from it, but he's recovered now. And the guy had, I mean, he's definitely my man of the match. Tierney, that's something that we need to look at. I think Tavares, when he came in, he gave us that energy that we needed. Tierney's off form. But again, Tierney is the type of player that has enough credit in the bank where I think we can just kind of give him a second to get back into form. Thomas Partey, think he came off because it was probably pre-planned. Once you're out of gas, you let us know. That's much better than what happened in the North London Derby. So I'll take that. I think he was good for maybe about 45 minutes there and then dropped off. Lokonga and Ainsley Maitland-Niles, when they came in, I thought they were great. I know that they had some bad touches, but ultimately having athletes in your midfield that can get the ball, can run, can move, I think makes a huge, huge difference. And I think that they did make a difference when they came on. Up top is where we really suffered. I think Odegaard's free kick was wonderful, but ultimately we have a chance creation issue. We have a finishing issue, and our players don't make the right decisions in the most critical moments. Saka had some loose touches. ESR had some really bad passes. Pepe deferred to a lot of people and decided not to shoot. Aubameyang was shooting from outside of the box, which I don't really know why he was doing that. So we still have an issue with the attack, and I don't really think that we'll solve it until we have some different pieces up there, maybe another striker, another wide man, something like that. But our attack is suffering, but I ultimately think it's a combination of young players finding their feet and being inconsistent with other pieces that don't really fit together, and then midfield, the lack of creation in midfield as well. So hard-fought win. We definitely deserve it. Anybody who's sitting there saying that Burnley should have won that game, I don't know what you're watching. We fought for that. And it was just a couple of months ago where Arsenal fans were screaming for that fight and desire. And even if it's 1-0, hard fought wins and all of that, you got that. So even though there's definite issues with, passing and being clinical and all of that, you can't deny that we fought to win that game. Hard fought three points. I'll take it. On to the next game, and we'll see what happens. So I'll see you guys on the next one. I know it was kind of like short today, but hey, we won the game and it was hard fought and ugly. So what else is there really to say? My name is Jessica. You can follow me on Twitter at @It'sJessino, and I'll see you guys on the next one.